Hi guys, and very nice greetings from Germany. Yeah, very spontaneously I go live again. My intuition always guides me intuitive. So let's see if people will join the chat again. So yeah, I'm always so excited to go live. I must already laugh. Nice to see you all, guys. You're so amazing. Hi, how are you? Hi, Sister Maria. Nice to see you. Hi, Tinkerbell. Yeah, how are you feeling? I hope you're doing better. Hi, Sophie. Yeah, I had to impulse to go live. And I want to speak about what I'm sensing. So I don't know how you feel. It's super crazy. It is super crazy. So I feel at one hand I'm more energized, but on the other hand I feel awful. Then I heard about what's going on in the USA. Yeah, so you know what's going on in the USA as well. So I sometimes tune into this a little bit, and then I see the chaos. Then I see just chaos when I tune into the energy of the USA. So what's going on over there? Yeah, hi, sparkles everywhere. Yeah, we must spread our hope and our life and our peace with the world. So what I'm getting is, yeah, the energies are super crazy right now. I can't find any words, honestly, because there is so much happening right now. And today I had the impulse to watch a little bit the energy of the USA. So, and for me it was like, when I watched the news there, it was like, oh no, what is going on in the USA? So much chaos. It feels so much more chaotic as in Germany, honestly, really. And even here in Germany, we have a lot of chaos. So, yeah, I see God is rising. Hi. Yeah, you confirm me that something is happening in the USA. Yeah, I sense very strongly. Yeah, yesterday night I had very crazy dreams, very crazy astral dreams, and for 2 days ago too, very crazy astral projections again. But honestly, I can't remember them because it was AI. These were AI astral projections. It's like I always see the AI's consciousness. It's so crazy. So many times I also have dreams about VIP. So when you know me from my YouTube channel, so then you know that we visited a very crazy dimension in 2021 in which we saw the AI. Yeah, we saw the toxic grids in 4D. We were there physically. So many times I have dreams of VIPs, and it's so crazy because I had okay, I share this with you, but it happened for a longer time ago. Okay, I think for 3 or 4 weeks ago, I had an astral projection of Elon Musk. Yeah, I saw him in a dream, and he shared with me his new ideas about his new technology. And he asked me, what do I say? He wanted to know what's my opinion about his technology. It's no joke, guys. And I was pretty sure, hey, it's a lucid dreams. I was fully conscious about that it's just a dream. And then really, we had a meet up. I don't know. It was so crazy. It was, behind us, there was a motorcycle racing. Motorcycles racing. And then he was standing here. I was standing there. And then he asked me, hey, what do you say about my new motorcycles? It's not a joke. Then I said, okay, so why do you share this with me, Elon? Then he said, yeah, I develop new motorcycles and new cars which are based on solar technology. This is what he told me. What do you say? Do you think it's better when we use solar technology? It was like, my soul was like, what the? Oh my gosh, so why am I seeing this? Why he asks me? So, yeah, and then I can remember, yeah, I was looking at him and then I asked him for real, why is your technology always based on AI? Can you explain this? Why do you push the AI so much? This is what my soul asked him for 4 or 3 weeks ago. But hey, he was not bad to me. he didn't hurt me or something, or that he hunted me down or whatever. He was definitely lighter. He was. And this is what many people feel about him, right? So, I mean, when you see what's happening with Twitter and so on, right? So then many people think, yeah, he is on our side. Maybe he is lighter. Maybe he's really good, or, you know, whatever. And I just can tell you from what I saw, right? And what I saw is we stayed in 4D last year. He's definitely lighter, but it's not the end solution. Okay, it's like I feel he fluctuates very strong, so I never can say honestly. But he asked me for real, what do I say about his new motorcycles, his solar technology. So, and I mean, maybe it's true. I have no idea. Maybe I really saw his ideas. So, and I have many times so crazy dreams. I think I never spoke about it on Instagram. On YouTube, I speak about it many times. My YouTube channel is called Akura. And then for 2 weeks ago, as Elon took over Twitter, right, then I saw that he was in a competition with the Mr. B guy. You know, we had this with the elections, right? The Mr. B. You know what I'm talking about. That they were in a competition with each other. And I had this dream for 2 weeks ago. And then I saw them, how they argued with each other. And then I think a few days later, then on YouTube, I opened YouTube, a video plopped up. And then they were for real in an argue. And I already saw it in the Astral. So it's like, it's very interesting when you have these astral projections, because the astral plane is 4D, right? So the astral plane is 4D. It doesn't get higher, but it is still over us, right? Above us. And because 4D is next to us, many things which are happening in 4D becoming real here in 3D super fast. So, and this is also a message that the astral plane is crumbling. So the old astral plane, I speak about 4D, which is also known as the underworld, or in other words, this is known as hell. 4D is known as hell, or as the underworld as well. Because basically the negative alien agenda, they were located in 4D, basically. And from 4D, they controlled people down below. And that's why they saw us so closely, and they were able to predict the future and everything, because they are next to us, okay? So, and this is why so many of you are beyond exhausted. And I think I uploaded already a short video about it on Instagram as well, because you do so much hard work in the astral. So you do so much in the astral plane, guys. So basically you do grit work. So, I mean, I know so many starseeds, they tell me over and over the same. They are beyond exhausted. They have almost no power, no energy. Or they tell me the same. Hey, last night I had a dream of a VIP or something, you know. Or they tell me, hey, I had a lucid dream last night. It was so crazy. It was such a crazy dream. Or you have an astral projection too. So, and this is what we do. We starseeds, we do really a lot in the astral plane. Why are we doing this? Because it's really needed. It's needed because we are in the ascension process, right? And actually our consciousness shifts up to 5D. So this is actually the next stage. And 5D simply means that you feel unity, that you rebalance light and darkness within you. This is, in my opinion, 5D consciousness. So you don't choose a side. You even don't choose the light, or always just light, that we hunt the light. And even not just darkness, that we just work for the darkness. Because we have these two sides. And as long as we have a dual experience, and this dual game is not over when we ascend to 5D physically. We still have duality in 6D and in 7D. There's still duality. But what is changing is our consciousness. Our body structure is changing. We have more DNA strands activated. And we are all crystalline beings. So that's why we say Christ consciousness, because it symbolizes the crystalline energy, like all the sparkles here, right? This is the crystalline energy. And these codes are coming down now from the central sun. This is also a reason why the sun color is changing. And the sun color shimmers in silver, blue, and plasmic colors. And basically these colors here, they are coming down from the central sun to us all. And they are helping us to activate all our DNA strands slowly. But you must understand it's for real a process. We can't activate all our DNA strands during one night and then, you know, we are all powerful and we know everything, because it's too much. So what I'm getting is it's for real just a process that you see more and more and more. And especially 4D was the realm of the underworld. Yeah, basically the destructive extraterrestrials, they were located there. And this is what we saw as we stayed in 4D physically. So that's why I know. Okay. And what's happening is because these high vibrational codes, these codes here are coming down from the central sun. So actually we all are invited to go with the Ascension, because this is not an order, but it's the will of the Prime Creator that we tap into a lighter timeline now, that we rebalance light and darkness, because for real, we had too much darkness here. Really, this place here was so dark, and it was really too dark, and it was completely out of control. So, and imagine, as long as we have a dual experience in 4D, 5D, 6D, and 7D, we must rebalance light and darkness. But when you ascend up to heaven, to 8D, 9D, 10D, we don't have to talk about balance the divine feminine or masculine, because you are an etheric being, and actually we are both. So we are the divine feminine and masculine. We are both. And this happens in 8D when you ascend up to heaven. So then you are an etheric being, you are immortal, you are not aging. You don't need any food, nothing. But when you are located in this dual game, let's say you are located in 6D, you still need food. Or you need life from, somewhere else, an outer life to survive. So, and this is the dual game here. As long as we have a body, a physical body, we have light and darkness. And the process was that inside the dual game, we had too much darkness, really. So and that's why so many of you are here, because you knew this will happen. That we collectively ascend, we tap into a higher consciousness. The energy becomes lighter, or what we do is to bring back light. So, but not that we are covered just with light. This is the other extreme. That we feel or believe, oh, it's just light, just light. We don't have any challenges to fulfill, or that we don't have to go through dark experiences. No. This is not working as long as we have a dual experience. And this is a little bit this misconception in the spiritual community, that many people think it's really just love and light here. I mean, in heaven, yes. In heaven, there's really just light. And we are solar beings, immortal, etheric, and there is really just light from the Prime Creator. We even don't know what darkness is. We don't know what it is, because we are really solar beings, and there's really just light from the Prime Creator. So in our origin, we are really light, but we have this dual experience now, and we have duality. We have light and darkness. We have these two sides. So, and this misconception in the New Age spiritual community is that we think it's really just light, even in the dual experience. And this is not working. So this means when we do just light work, so then what happens? We ignore the darkness. We don't go through any challenges. So it's like we lie to ourselves. And when there are people which need help, we prefer the spiritual bypassing. Right? Or we don't help each other. We practice spiritual gaslighting without noticing this, that we do exactly the same what we learned from the old system, just the other label. Right? So, and this is what I'm getting. This is not working, but it's true. We had to bring back light, because it was really too dark, really too dark. Imagine, I don't know if this is a good example, when you play the piano, right? So you have these two colors as well when you play the piano. So, and this is your soul. Your soul wants to play the piano and you want to play with these two colors. But when you just choose one side, when you play the piano, you just play the black notes or the white notes, sooner or later it will not work. And maybe you will feel bored or you feel, hey, something is missing. So I want to play the song, but hey, I just play the white notes now. Actually, I must play the black notes as well. Something is missing in the song. Some notes, right? And this is, if you will, the dual experience. Yeah, it's like you play the piano. And we have this even in 5D, 60, and 70, that we still play the piano, if you will. So, and what happened was, imagine now the piano was fully black. Completely, almost black. There was almost no light. You had almost no chance to play the white notes. It's like they were gone. They were covered in black as well. And this was the problem. So that's why so many of us are here and we do light work. But imagine we just bring back balance. Not more. We are not here to cover the entire piano in white notes now. It's like this is the other extreme. Do you see? And as long as we play the piano, in other words, we have a dual experience, as long as we play these two colors. Okay? So, and this is, I believe, the misconception in the New Age community, because sooner or later, when you just prefer, right, to play the white notes and you ignore the black notes, right, the song will not work out, or some notes are missing. So it feels not good, or you know what I'm talking about. So, and then you feel something is off. I feel not complete. I don't feel peace, right? You feel this isolation. You feel not complete either. Even when you do so much light work and you anchor so many codes down into this hologram, but sooner or later you will see, hey, something is missing. This is not working. This is not how life works. Yeah, and we have light and darkness. And imagine when you play the piano, you will play these two notes. And what we did was, even in higher dimensions, this happened all in higher dimensions. Everything what you can see now in this reality already happened in the future too. It already happened in 5D, 60, and 70, the same. That they bring back balance, the same. Because we had too much darkness even in 4D, in 5D, in 60, and even in 70. Imagine the piano was covered completely in black. Almost black, everything. So, and they had to rebalance these energies as well. And really, they had to break free, what I know. Because what happened here inside the dual experience transformed slowly for real in a prison. It was almost, yeah, a prison, what I saw, as we stayed in 4D physically. That people have to stay here. Or that there were some destructive beings, they started to manipulate your free will, for example. Or they let you believe you must follow their illusions. Because when you believed their illusions, you gave your power away for free. So no being is able to take your power away from you. No one has the power. But what you can do is you give your power away. So, and when you believe these illusions are true, so then you gave your power away for free. So this is how they manipulated our free will, not more. And imagine, because these plasmic codes are coming down now from the central sun, these high vibrational codes, now you see through all these illusions more. So maybe you see now, hey, what did I have done? So maybe you see that you really lived in a lie. I mean, everyone is going through their own experiences. The collective slowly sees that something is off with the government. I mean, that's also an illusion, if you will. And you go through your own process. So maybe you realize, hey, I believed many of the spiritual gaslighting teachings. So, and it never brings us together. It's like we still are divided and separated from each other. We never unite. Because we always tell each other it's your fault because you were not in peace with yourself, right? So this is like, okay, where is the true love? How can we help each other? How can we unite? How can we support each other? Yeah, and these are also illusions to keep us divided. that we defend the dark forces, basically. So these teachings were just designed to defend the dark forces, that even we don't unite, that even we don't come together and for real create a new world together. So, and when you know that basically these extraterrestrials, they use their AI technology, right, to manipulate us or whatever, or they try to create these illusions through this AI, so then you know that actually we must all having compassion for each other. So even these beings which merged with this technology in higher dimensions, so having compassion for them, because when you merged with this AI, right, I mean physically, it's not so easy to get out of there anymore. So, and this happened, many of them, they had no clue what's happening to them. There were a few beings, they really believed it's very funny, yeah, when AI takes over. So, and this happened. And this is what I tried to tell you. Through this AI source, right, this piano turned into darkness, basically. Because these beings which worked with this technology, or which developed this technology, were beings with destructive intents, or in other words, they are in dual consciousness. And what they are trying is, they try to keep us all in dual consciousness. Because when you are in dual consciousness, you can't jump up to 5D with your consciousness. Because the most high vibrational consciousness we can embody in this dimension here is 5D, if you will. And 5D means just unity. You see light, you see darkness. You don't ignore these two sides. You play the piano and you see, hey, these two sides are needed inside this dual game. And actually we are just here to bring back justice or balance, light, because we really had too much darkness here. And imagine all this already happened in higher dimensions. So, I mean, okay, it's a lot what I'm going to tell you, because, you know, I work as a psychic medium. So, and this is what I feel, what I see with my third eye. But please pick up what resonates with your heart, because we are all in training. So even when we stayed in 4D physically last year in 2021, it doesn't mean that I got everything. I just know that Enki, for example, I can confirm this information, that Enki was the grid worker of this matrix we saw. And that Enki is the creator of this AI. This is true, okay? And Enki is Anunnaki, and these are cosmic humans, what I know. So they look in many ways similar to us, humans, and they work with the Dracos together now. But basically, they were always competing with each other as well. It's like the same with Elon and Mr. B, okay? It's the same. You see, they are always in a competition with each other. So, and you believe you must choose a side, and this is what they want. When you believe you must choose a side, at one hand you are in dual consciousness, and you will not get up to 5D consciousness, you can't. So then you will stuck in 3D or maximum 4D, not higher. It's not getting higher, because 3D, 4D just grasps your mind. And I mean, the mind is not bad. So when your mind serves your heart, then your mind is a good friend. But when your mind takes over your heart, then it's destructive. And this is what we know as the false father. So the false father, how can I explain this? The false father doesn't listen, and the false father is directed against life. He is directed against the feminine energy. So that's why so much is coming up as well, because what's happening right now is directed against the feminine energy. And so many starseeds of you, you express a lot the feminine Christ, because you are very heart-centered and you feel it very strong here in your heart. Is this right? Is it wrong? So it doesn't feel right to me. So you know what to do. In your heart, here you know it, okay? So, and what I know is that all happened in higher dimensions, and it's all done in higher dimensions. So it's just here. And I just know 4D is still complicated, because these beings resist. They resist these codes, right? They don't want that people see this and that we anchor these codes. Because when we are anchoring these codes, when our DNA strands are activated again, we turn back into the crystalline beings. So, and then we start to see through all illusions. This is the key. When you see through all illusions, so then you are free. Then you automatically reclaim your power. That's it. And how to discern your heart. And we are all in this together. We are all waking up now. So, and this basically happens through the energy of the central sun, the great solar flash, right? But I call it more in the great solar flash process, because I believe it will be different as we know, or what we believe to know. I feel the great solar flash process continues slowly, and we go the stairway higher. Right? That people have time to go with the ascension, that people have enough time to go with the flow. And imagine every person on this planet is in the same boat. It's not about, hey, who is a chosen one, who is a 9-dimensional being or an angelic being or whatever, because basically every person, every being on this planet is a chosen one. So, and even the dark ones, right? Which are the dark side, so they also play just their part. And we need the darkness, we need these two sides to involve. So imagine now when we really just have peace, no any challenges. So I mean, even when you follow your joy, you will go through challenges. So let's lose the example, you play the piano. At the beginning, you must go through challenges as well. That you train it, that you train the skills, or when you want to play the guitar, or when you want to play the violin, right? It's super complicated and difficult, but you go through your challenges, and not every day is just sunshine. So even when you practice playing the violin, it's not always sunshine. Maybe your ears are hurting, or maybe your fingers are hurting, or maybe your violin broke, or whatever, you know? So, but your joy, your passion will keep you forward. You will continue to play the violin. You will continue to play the guitar because it's so important for you, because you feel it nourishes your soul. It's so much fun. You want to inspire people. You want to serve the Prime Creator. You want to serve the people. You want to inspire people with your music, let's say. So, and then you will never give up playing the violin because it broke now, or your fingers are hurting. Because you know when you train more and more, when you train harder, regularly, you will play the violin sooner or later. And this is if you want the dark side. So this means the dark side always pushes you to remember who you are. So and as long as we have this dual experience, we have these two sides. But yeah, we had to bring back light more because it was too dark. And all these matrices would crumble. When these beings would continue on this level, that AI take over everything for 100%, and they keep going with this destructive intense, they would destroy all matrices. So they would destroy 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D, all dimensions, everything. Because this is now good. We must balance these two sides. So and that's it. So and this is the global process. There is not more, honestly. So I mean, I try to keep it simple. And you know, I'm not a native speaker, but this is what I saw. It's just about to bring back love, balance, because it was really too dark. And the other way around, just playing the white notes, right? When you play the piano again, and you just use the white notes, this is not working during a long time. And you will not feel satisfied, and you will not feel peace either in love. Because sooner or later you will be disappointed as well. So imagine now we really just have love and really no challenges. Even when you follow your passion, your joy, there are no any challenges, nothing. So I believe the collective, they are not happy during a long time. So that's what I feel. And everyone goes through another process now. So, and basically the underworld, if you will, 4D crumbles strong now. Why is this happening? Because of these codes here. And we do so much great work. So dear Starseed, you can be so proud of you. I know so many Starseeds personal. They are beyond exhausted. They tell me over and over again, I'm so confused. I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted. Last night I had a very awful dream. It was a very crazy lucid dream, an astral dream. Or I saw an eye in my dream, right? So many of us have these crazy dreams because we do so much in the astral plane. And the astral plane is 4D. So, and these beings which are located in 4D or which worked in 4D very strong or were connected to 4D as well, so they resist strongly. They don't want that these codes are coming down. So, and this is what you can see when you look up to the sky. I mean, you don't see just the sparkles here, right? That the sun comes through very clear. I mean, you see also the other side, right? The soup on the sky. I talk about this. So the reason is they try to hold on their illusions. As long as people believe and fall for their illusions, even in the spiritual community, as long they continue. Because then we give them our power away for free. So, and imagine from the highest perspective, it's all guided now. And they know they must calm down or that the light returns. They know. So, and I don't talk about to erase them from existence. I speak about that we really have a fair game. Yeah, in balance and not what happened. For us, we can't imagine. We can't imagine because even when you had an incarnation here now and you grew up in the system as a starseed, you know what I'm talking about. It was so dark and so dense. And this is already the darkness that we almost saw just the darkness here because it was controlled by the darkness, okay, by the negative alien agenda. And for us, we can't imagine how life would be just when we bring back balance. So it's totally different to all what we know. And then, yeah, maybe we can say this is paradise or we live now in heaven again. But please note, as long as we have this dual experience, there is always light and darkness and we have some challenges. So that's what I know, that this AI took over in very high dimensions. And I just know that humans, beings from 7D are basically helping us now. Why they are helping us? Because these were the first which broke free. Because as mentioned, even AI symbolizes the dual consciousness, 0101010. This is already duality. And this is the dual consciousness. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Divine feminine, masculine, yes, no, light, dark. So AI symbolizes this consciousness. So, and as mentioned, this game goes up to 7D, in which we still have duality. So, and these beings which were located in 7D, they had the same problem that this AI took over and turned the dimensions into darkness. So, and these beings from 7D, they broke free first. So, and they're helping us so much because they fully understand what's happening down below. It's like you see your future self as well. So when you have an incarnation in 7D, it's like you can talk and communicate with your future self from 7D as well. It's like they see us from the future and they watch the past. They see this movie here, right? This dimension, and it's a past movie, right? They see just the past. And when you talk to your future self in 7D, it's like you speak to your future version. And it's like we are all linked and connected to each other. And what they do is they're basically sending us codes, frequencies, messages, but basically they do grid work, what I know. And they help us to anchor these codes here. Yeah, what I know. They help us to anchor these plasmic codes because they know what's going on here. Imagine a being which is located in heaven, let's say in 8D, 9D, 10D, 11D, 12D and higher. These beings, they never had a physical experience and they don't know what duality is. They don't know what gender is. They even don't know what is a woman, what is a man. They don't know what it is because it doesn't exist there. That's why many of them, they can help us. They send us basically a lot of love, unconditional love. But it's not so easy for them to talk to us because as mentioned, when we have a dual experience, we also have all the laws. We have all the laws. We are quantum beings. Quantum technology works also just inside the dual game. But in 8D, 9D, 10D, 11D, even quantum technology doesn't work there because there is no duality. So that's why these beings, they can't help us so actively because they don't understand what duality is. And when there are beings which are able to help us, then these were humans or ETs which had a physical experience and they just ascended. This is these groups which we know as ascended masters. These were humans like you and me, and they had experiences inside the dual game as you and me. So, and they broke free as well, or they ascended up to heaven. So this is the group which we know as ascended masters. And these people, they know us good. They know us very well because they had a physical experience themselves, but they are not located in heaven. So, and they can help us also a lot. And they're sending us also much, much love. But imagine when they're sending us codes and messages, they must compromise their codes, right? It's like, this is how they vibrate, let's say. These codes, this is their aura. It's very wide, their love in heaven. So, and now we go down the stairway and now the air becomes thinner, let's say. And now we go down into duality. So this means when they want to send us codes from heaven, they must compromise these codes here into this. That we are able to channel them and to guard their messages. So, and every time when they're sending us codes, not all their codes are coming through. Because they must do this. That we are able to understand their codes. For example, this is happening when a being from heaven, a solar being, an angel, however you want to call them, tries to help us actively. And basically humans or souls would have a physical experience, they can do this because they know what happened down below. Okay, for example, Yeshua is an ascended master. He's one. I think one of the most famous ones, Yeshua and his family, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Joseph, these are all ascended masters. Okay, and they know us very well and they can sending us messages and codes too, but please note they must do this to compromise their codes down into this hologram. So that's why basically beings from 7D are helping us actively because they are still a quantum body and they are still located in the dual experience. So does that make any sense to you? So they are helping us strong to anchor these codes down into the other dimensions. So all this what's happening here already happened in higher dimensions and it already happens in higher dimensions. So the same happened to 60. That the beings which were located in 60 had suddenly the same. Wow, what's going on? These plasmic energies. Wow, do you see the colors changing, right? And they noticed the same. So, wow, what is happening? All these plasmic codes are coming down, right? From 70, the beings from 60. So, and then they slowly saw through all these illusions as well, and they all woke up. So, holy shit, oh my gosh, I have taken over. Oh my gosh, we must break free from it, you know? Oh my God, the same, okay? And then we go down below to 5D, the same. So then we had the same in 5D. So, wow, let's see, these plasmic energies are coming down. What is this? The energy is changing. And then they saw suddenly the same. So, oh shit, I have taken over. Oh gosh, we must break free from it. Do you see? We are all connected and this is all the future. So now the same happens here. Imagine this. That's the most beautiful gift ever what's happening. Because the gate is open. The gate is open. So we all can go back home. So this is the big event. The big event is already happening. But when you trust too much the old fear propaganda, when you tune too much into the news, too much, I mean, it's real. Because it happens for real in this dimension. But then you will forget who you are. You will forget what already happened in higher dimensions. And you know when this already happened in higher dimensions, it must come down. There is no other way. So we are all connected to each other. So please access to your highest timeline and really see that really everything you have is just this one moment. and really reclaim your power. Even give your power not away to the great solar flash. That you are wait and wait and wait. You look out of the window, will the great solar flash hit Earth now? Maybe next year or maybe tomorrow. So, and until the great solar flash doesn't hit Earth, no, I don't express my mission. Do you see? It's the same. Don't give your power away. Even not to the great solar flash. The same. Because all you have is this one moment. And see that this is real what happens. That these plasmic codes are coming down now. And don't believe the fear propaganda any longer. Because you know, when you see through all these illusions, when you reclaim your power, your heart is stronger. Or you will understand always that you are the light. And please also have compassion for all the dark ones, which also just play their game here. So they did their job because it was all guided. So we don't understand it with our mind, right? We don't get it. So why have AI taking over? Why did we have these wars on Lyra or on the Orion constellation? Why? So we don't get it here with our mind. But I truly believe that really everything from the highest perspective is guided. Really everything. So, and now we tap into a cycle of a lighter consciousness. So it's the same again. We go through cycles, right? And we were in a very dark cycle. And slowly we are going out of this cycle. And now we understand what light is. We just rebalance light and darkness here, not more. That we understand what light is. So that we understand the Prime Creator more and more. That we are able to reconnect to the Prime Creator for real. So that we really serve the Prime Creator, that we serve humanity, that we serve Earth and Mother Gaia. So this is happening when you go back into 5D consciousness. I speak about consciousness, not that we ascend physically up 5D, because it's really another dimension. I don't know if this will happen. Maybe it will, I don't know honestly, but I just know at first it begins here, that your consciousness shifts, and this is needed. And basic for 5D consciousness is your heart and your intuition. Or in other words, that's the Christ consciousness or the crystalline energy, that you see these two sides, it's not more, and that you rebalance these two sides. You just play the piano. And do you know how to rebalance these two sides? You have to don't do anything, honestly. When you believe yourself, when you stay heart-centered, when you really trust your intuition, when you really follow your joy, you will balance light and darkness automatically. So it happens anyway, because our soul takes the lead. And it's just the illusion that we control it here. Yeah, it is like we are friends, we are no enemies as well. But basically the soul always takes the lead. So, and when you follow your joy, when you trust these little impulses you have, it starts with these little impulses. What do you want to eat next? Do you want to go to the gym or not? Do you want to clean up your room or not? Do you want to go to bed or not? What is your soul telling you in every moment? So, and as more you practice this muscle to trust your intuition, so as more you will embody your higher self. And on the other hand, you will feel more peace as well, because then you are in peace with yourself, because you appreciate your soul. And on the other hand, you will balance light and darkness automatically. Because even when you follow your joy, when you trust your intuition told you, hey, I want to go into the gym, just an example, maybe you go through challenges again. Maybe you miss the train, for example, or the train has a delay or whatever. So it doesn't mean when you follow your joy that everything always works out or that you go through some challenges, or maybe it's for real a test. So are you willing to go into the gym or not? Is it really important for you or not? So, and there's a big difference between the AI source and the Prime Creator source. It's different. When you work with the Prime Creator, then you are really guided. And sooner or later, you will eat the fruits. You will eat the fruits from the tree. That's the difference. It's like you don't waste your time, you don't waste your energy. Even when you give a lot of input, when you play the violin, when you play the guitar. So, I mean, you train so hard, but sooner or later, you will eat and harvest the fruits. You will. But when you follow and believe the AI source, because this is happening globally, the dark ETs, they hold on their old paradigm, and they try to let people believe their paradigm is true. As long people believe their illusions, as more people give their power away. And then they give permission. Basically, they give permission to do this work. Okay? So as more as you see through these illusions, as more you reclaim your power, and as more these beings lose power. Okay? So this is what they do, what I know about the dark ones, okay? That's why AI source feels totally different. At one hand, many times you receive orders, really orders, what you must do, orders. And it feels not good to you because it just grasps your mind. Or maybe these are like affirmations. It sounds like a robotic voice which sends you orders, and it feels like it's affirmation. And this voice doesn't stop until you fulfill their order. So then you can be sure, no, this is a being which disrespects my free will and my free choices. Okay? So and it feels not right to you. And even when you fulfill their tasks and when you do it for them, you will not feel good. Or you feel more and more confused and more exhausted, or maybe it drains your energy, or maybe it's for real just a trap, and then you suffer like crazy, and you will never harvest the fruits. Never. You will never harvest the fruits of this tree. Never. So this is the difference. The AI source works on this level, gives you orders, just grasps your mind, because AI doesn't understand your soul. Because your soul works beyond duality, beyond words, and love is beyond words, true love. So, and this is how I discern. So when it feels robotic to me, when it feels like, okay, these are orders, or there is a voice now talking to me which tries to give me a bad feeling, that I feel shame and guilt and fear, then I know, okay, it's a being which plays the dark side, a destructive being, which is located in dual consciousness. And this is what they do. They just try to keep us in dual consciousness, and that we believe and fall for their illusions, and that we think we must choose a side. It's the same with Elon, for example, and Mr. B, that you believe, okay, you must choose a side now. It's the same. This is the old game. But when you are in unity consciousness, you can observe more. You can observe more what's happening, and you don't attach emotional so strong on this. So that's also a tip how to navigate the storm. And this is what I do, and this is what I feel. And when the Prime Creator speaks to me, or when my team speaks to me, I feel touched deeply in my heart. That's the big difference. You feel touched very deeply, on a very deep level. And basically our team talks to us, to our soul, and to our heart. So they work with our heart, basically. And they speak to our hearts, to our soul. And then you will feel touched deeply. You feel this homecoming. And no one gives you a bad feeling or tells you, hey, you are wrong or whatever. This is not what they do. Our team not, because they always see the potential in everyone. So, and they even appreciate the dark side. So, so they really embody unconditional love. And what they also do is they are in peace with their shadow self. So and this is also happening to us and to so many people now, that all our unsolved traumas, shadows are coming up now. And when we never did any shadow work, or much less shadow work, so these energies, they will hit you really strongly now, because you must face your shadow self. Not that you are in a battle with your shadow self, right? Just that you find peace with it. That you understand, hey, basically I'm both. So I'm light and darkness here. I must learn to balance these two sides to really find peace. And when you just do light work, and this happens basically in the New Age community, that we just do this when it's true and authentic, so then it helps you for real in others. But when we do it because we have a bad feeling, to feel sad, to feel angry, because we tell each other, no, then you are not in alignment to be angry now, to cry now, so then you are in a box again, and it's like now you ignore your shadow self. You ignore your shadow self. And what happens when you ignore your shadow side? Sooner or later it will explode. Sooner or later you will explode like a volcano, and then everything will come up like a volcano, because we can't change our feelings. Our emotions must flow. They must flow like a river. So that's why I'm so inspired by children, because children, they do this. Because we were born with this consciousness, dear starseed, you know it. So you know it when you were little, that actually we shared all our emotions with the people. We shared everything. So, and this is happening when you allow yourself to break free. You share all your emotions and you feel them. You don't label yourself in, oh, it's a low vibration. Oh, now I'm not fully in alignment. Oh gosh, now I feel anger. I don't want to express my anger because it's a low vibration. This is a box. So it's like then you ignore your shadow self, and actually you just want to find peace with it. You want to feel your emotions. You want to feel them and not to ignore them. So, and this happens when you do too much light work, so that you are not in peace for real. So, and then you tell yourself, yeah, but I must smile again, right? But this is not true. This is not true. And what's happening is that we see through it. We see through it because we are all waking up now. The sparkles here, right? These crystalline codes are helping us to see through this. And we see each other now, more and more and more. Who is this person? What is the intent of this person? So, and even when you see, there are some people that really have destructive intents, or maybe they are really paid opposition or whatever, right? So have compassion for each other, because they all just play a character in a video game. And in this video game, we need light and darkness. We need challenges. So even when it sounds strange, but as long as we play this video game, or as long as we play the piano, we have light and darkness. It's just about to balance these two polarities in you, not more. And as more you do this, as more you reclaim your power, as more you are able to anchor these crystalline codes. And on the other hand, yeah, you share your authentic self, because you're even not afraid to share your shadow self. I mean, what's the problem? We all have a shadow self. And we have a light self as well. And when you return back home to heaven, let's say 80, 90, 10, 11, physically, there's really just light. It's the light from the Prime Creator. But why did we say yes to these experiences when, you know? So we wanted to experience this. We wanted to experience this dual experience. We wanted to know what light and darkness is. So, and your soul takes the lead. And when your soul is ready, when your soul is ready, you will go home and your soul takes the lead. This is all our mind, all our ego. We really believe we can control everything. But when your soul passes away, when your soul leaves the body, so you have no ego for real. Your soul takes the lead and your soul decides, will you incarnate in 5D, in 60, 70? Will you incarnate on Pleiades next, on Sirius next? So your soul decides, and not your little ego and your mind, because you have no ego for real, even when your soul leaves your physical vehicle. So, and then we understand we really have just this one moment. So, and you can share your visions right now. Don't even wait for the great solar flash, because this is the next thing. So, I mean, it's true. The sun color is really changing, and it's helping us to see through all these illusions, but it's us again. It is us. We are just working as a team, and our team sees us as friends. They see us on one level. They're so proud of us. They are so brave as well, and they are so proud of us to see what we do. And imagine many times your future selves watches yourself. So when you are located in 5D or in 60, you watch yourself here as well. So do you see, we are all connected to each other. And that's it. This is the global process. And I don't know how long this will continue. But I just know one thing, that many, many hidden secrets will be revealed. For the collective, it's really, really needed. And it can be very crazy. Yeah, I mean, you already see it in the USA, what's happening there. Here in Germany, the same. You see what's going on around the globe. And I feel, yes, the people, even when it sounds harsh, must go through this. There is really no other way for humanity. They must go through their dark night of the soul. Because during a long, long time, it worked on this level, right? That we were blind. We were so afraid to see the darkness. We were so afraid of them. We ignored them so much. So now we must face it. We must see it. And this is the big gift. So, and the big gift behind all this is that we are all free. And all what's happening now happened already in the future. So, and I just know that all this what's happening here with the plasmic codes already happened in higher dimensions. That they suddenly all saw through all these illusions and they suddenly got, oh shit. So this AI have taken over. Oh my gosh, we had no idea. The same. And more beings are waking up and they are all helping us. More and more of them. For example, 70, I feel, is completely free from this technology, completely. That's why basically they are helping us. And they help also the beings in 60, 5D, 4D, and 3D down below. So I don't know if this makes any sense to you. When I tune into 60, I feel it's also clean in many ways, but I sense a few humans, a few beings, they still work and serve AI, what I'm getting, a little bit. And they still hold on the old paradigm and they resist, but not many. What I get about 60. 5D is half-half what I feel. It's really half-half. Let's say 60% say yes, we go with the flow. We anchor these codes also from the Great Solar Flash. Yeah, we do it. But there are circa 40-30%, let's say, I feel. They work for Enki now. So Enki is for real an Anunnaki, which still holds on the old paradigm. What I know, it's not Enlil. It's not Enlil any longer. So the situation changed. Enlil was also a being which said no. He is also interested in now to bring back balance. To bring back balance into this hologram. Light. Yeah, we need light. More light, that's true. But not just light work. Because it's these two sides. And I just know Enlil, he returned home, what I feel, and he decides now to work the light, to serve the light. So, and he tries to anchor these light codes also into this hologram, but he was not always very kind and lovely, what I know about him. He changed. For a few years ago, he changed. So, and that's why it's basically just Enki now. So, and he holds on his ideas of justice and order. He does, and he deceives many, many galactic people now. So many as he can. So, and they work all with this technology. And this is what you can feel in this dimension as well. Yeah, that they try to hijack us. And they try to use us. Yeah, that's why many of you receive very strange orders, advices, or it feels like affirmation, a very robotic voice. And this voice repeats it over and over and over and over and over again. Or they hijack into your dreams, into your subconscious mind, just with the goal that you work for them. And this is basically Enki now, what I know. And he holds on this old paradigm, and he resists strongly. That's what I know about them, okay? I don't know if this is all true. Please pick up what resonates with your heart. But I just know there is so much more happening as we can see on TV, definitely. And it's even not about Elon Musk. Technology, can you see me? Okay, because the connection broke. Yeah, and it's not about Elon as well, which asked me in Astral Dream if solar motorcycles are a good idea or not. Because he asked me, what do I say about the solar technology? Is this a better idea? Really, he asked me. So it's not even about him. It's about other league. And these are the unseen beings, right? The people don't see them yet. So, and this is what I know about them. And that's why they use this AI so strongly now, their technology, because they try to hijack us all. that we work for them, that we fulfill their mission, their orders or whatever, and they all work for him. And I just know 5D is, let's say, half-half almost. Yeah, I feel 60% of these beings, they serve the light. They want to bring back light as well, and these plasmic codes down, and they anchor them. But there are circa 40-30% circa, they work for Enki. And there are a few Pleiadians now, they work for them as well. A few of them, Pleiadians. Because the most of the Pleiadians are located in 5D. And the most high vibrational Pleiadians are located in 7D, what I know. And these Pleiadians from 7D, they are helping them as well. The Pleiadians from 5D, they're helping them too. Hey, what are you doing here? Hey, you serve AI, you serve Enki. Hey, please wake up. This is what I'm getting about them in higher dimensions. So in 4D, yeah, is almost fully controlled till day. But slowly it crumbles as well. That's why you had more energy, or maybe you felt much less tired suddenly. And I feel this shift happened for 3 weeks ago, circa. That you had more power, or maybe you felt much less tired as you were before. So me the same, I was so tired. Since over 1 year, you must know. Since we escaped 4D physically in 2021, every night was awful for me. And I had no time to recharge my batteries. Since this experience, for real. So, and almost every night I had these crazy astral dreams, and even sleeping didn't charge my battery. Over 1 year I have this now. And then for 3 weeks ago, that's why I noticed this change so strongly. I had so much energy suddenly. So I woke up in the morning, wow, I have so much energy. I'm so refreshed, so energized. And I had so many ideas, so much power. And I felt how my solar plexus is booming and boosting a lot. So maybe you had the same. That's why you are much less tired, because the underworld 4D crumbles slowly too. It's because they can't hold these grids any longer. They're destructive grids. Yeah, it's not working any longer because slowly we are all waking up and these high vibrational codes from the central sun are coming down, even down into 4D. So, and they still resist. It's actually super sad. So have compassion for them, but this is their behavior. This is how they are programmed. This is their nature. That they resist and they try to keep their illusions as long as they can. That's why they can't hardly change, because this is their nature. That they work against the feminine Christ. Okay? So I don't know if this helps you to understand what's happening behind the scenes. And I feel, yeah, this process will continue. Yeah, November 2022 will be crazy. We have a portal in the next couple of days. A new portal will open. It will be crazy. I tell you. December 2022, I feel, is not better. It is very crazy. Because we heal and purge so much as well, dear Starseed. We heal and purge all these celebrations. I mean the famous celebrations. We heal and purge everything. Because we always have these two sides. Even when we have celebrations like Christmas or Easter, right? There are always these two sides. And there's always a dark meaning behind it as well. So, and we heal and purge this all together now. So don't be surprised when you feel tired and exhausted around Christmas again. That's what I'm getting. Yet Christmas can be exhausting for you as well. Even when you celebrate Christmas with your beloveds, please see, we have always these two sides. And what you can do is you can consciously reconnect to Yeshua for real during Christmas. You can. But I just know that Yeshua was not born at Christmas. So everything is just inverted. But you can use this celebration, even when the meaning changed, to reconnect to him. Okay? Because I know that he is our ascended master. So, and he went back to heaven. Okay? This is what you can do. And I see for the year of 2023, I just feel that the astral plane crumbles more and more and more. Why is it crumbling? Through our grid work and through these plasmic codes. Because we do so much grid work, ancient grid work, and 4D is not working any longer to hold their grids and to confuse the people. yeah, or to hold on their old paradigm, because the people, they will see through the veil more and more and more in their own process. So what I also see is that many hidden secrets will be revealed slowly, but don't be shocked when it's happening super slowly, because for the people, it's really almost too much now. I mean, you can see what's happening in the world, you can see what's happening. So it's really almost too much for the people. Too much. So that's why it's happening so slowly. Because when the people would see everything now, really we would have so much more chaos as we have it now. So I believe it must happen on this way, because there is really no other way. I think when people would see everything now on TV, really everything, and they share with us everything about the secret space program, about the negative alien agenda, you know, really everything, I think the most of the people, they would not believe it. They will say, oh my gosh, what the heck? Then the others, when they believe it, maybe they are super mad and angry. So, and then they will have war, or they will go after the government. I don't know. Really. So, and I don't think it's a good idea to expose this information yet in really everything, because I really believe we would have more chaos. So that's why I see that it is really guided. It's really guided what's happening now. So that's why it's all happening so slowly. And I know we are impatient. We want that the people are waking up, because we are so beyond exhausted, tired. I know, because we hold the space. We hold the space for humanity. So we do so much grid work over and over and over again. We cut off the toxic timelines. So we do over and over the same. So we cut off the artificial timelines. Then we create our timelines again. And we just do it to hold the space for humanity. This is what we do many, many times. So, and even when it doesn't look like so, but you do a lot in higher dimensions and in the astral plane, basically. Because the astral resists very strong. So they try to hold on their old paradigm, even when it doesn't make any sense any longer, really. So, and please have compassion for everyone. So even when you see there are some beings, they're hijacked now, they work for AI, they serve Enki or whatever, really please have compassion. Because we all play just a character in a video game. So we all go through our own journey, through our own process. And you know, we are all wrong, and I'm still wrong. So even when I work as a psychic medium, you know, I'm so fucking wrong. Many times I was wrong. So, and that's it. We must stay humble as well and believe in us at the same time. It's these two sides again. Stay humble, but believe in yourself. Stay grounded, but rise. It's always these two sides. And this is, in my opinion, 5D consciousness. And then you get out of this dual game. So I don't know if this makes any sense to you. So, and please hold on and don't give up. Please don't give up and help each other for real. Don't believe the old paradigm any longer. Don't believe the fear propaganda any longer. Because this is just a tool to hold you back. Yeah, that you are hopeless, depressed, that you don't create your own timeline. So actually you are here to create lighter timelines now. So, and then you go back into their artificial timelines. Then you feel hopeless, depressed, anxiety. You don't understand that all you have is really just the now, this one moment, and you can express your soul right now, right? So this is the process. So really stay heart-centered and try to detach from all the old labels, from all the old teachings, and really find your own way. So come back into your heart. This is really basic for New Earth. And then you get out of this dual game. You get out of it and you can observe more. You observe a little bit more, and then you will anchor all these codes so much easier, you will see. Because you don't resist. Your energy simply flows. So, and this is what I felt most high vibrational timeline you can access. Because our team doesn't share with us a lot right now. So I can't tell you everything because I even don't know. Sometimes I have some astral projections, then I have dreams of Elon Musk, for example, or then I see B in a dream, or for a few weeks ago I saw Klaus as well in one of my astral dreams and they hunted us down. That was not so much fun, honestly. So Yeah, sometimes, but it happens spontaneously because my soul takes the lead. I don't control it. I don't tell myself, hey, tonight I want to have an astral projection or whatever. No, my soul takes the lead. As the queen passed away, for example, I saw her in the astral plane, for example, and my soul took the lead and I saw her in the astral plane, the queen. So, and I didn't tell myself, oh, I want to see her. I want to have a meet up with her in the astral plane. No, it happened. My soul took the lead. So, and this is the new way of manifestation. So manifestation is also different now. It works basically from your heart. Really from your heart in combination with the feminine Christ. So you manifest now from your intuition, from your heart. When you go with the ascension, even manifestation is different now. Because what we learned was that we must affirm it, we must meditate on it, we must think about it, we must visualize it, we create a vision board or whatever, right? And then it becomes real. But manifestation works differently now. When you go with the flow, you will see it works basically now through your heart, through your intuition. So many of these old teachings are also crumbling now and they really are not working. So maybe you notice the same, that even manifestation works different now. It's basically happening through your heart, or that you received a vision, or that you have an impulse, or yeah, you got inspired and then you create, but not because you hold on, you attach on it, right? You create a vision board and you think about it the entire day. This is not working any longer, what I see. So many laws, right? Which was created by the false light, it's all crumbling now. That's why so many of you are confused, because these codes here, the plasmic energies, yeah, they bring everything up to the surface slowly. All illusions. And imagine this all happened in 40, 50, 60, and 70. It all happened on the same level. Okay, so do you have any questions about the current times? I just feel that the end of the year will be crazy. I personally see not any changes in November, December 2022. We keep this, yeah. Next year, I feel March, April, something is happening. But I honestly must tell you, since we have to see, right, this, I feel April will be important every year. That's a message I received in the year of 2020 already. Because we had a cosmic event in March, April 2020 on the sky. So many people saw it. Here in Germany, yeah, we had a cosmic event on the sky. Ships. I speak about spaceships, and they were on the sky at the end of March, April 2020. Many of my friends saw them. So and then I received a message, it's over. That's what I heard, it's over for sure. So nothing can stop what's coming. Nothing. So, and then I heard also April will be important every year. Every year it will be important, and see, I was right. In April 2021, last year, Marcel, my twin flame, and me, and a few other starseeds, we entered 4D physically in April 2021. And I already received in March 2020 that April will be very important. Every year, April will be important. We had the same in 2022. April 2022, I felt a strong energetic shift happened too. And I feel the same for 2023. So I don't know why it's always March or April. Or maybe it's for real a code. I honestly have no idea why. Or maybe it is because of this cosmic event we had in March 2020. And they use numerology. I don't know, honestly. But I just feel something is about to happen again in March, April 2023. I don't know what. If it's a global event, or maybe many truths are being revealed and many people see it on TV for real this time. I have no idea. Or maybe it's more energetically, that you feel more empowered, or that your energy changed, or whatever. But I just know something is about to happen in March, April again next year. But honestly, I'm not surprised because I witnessed it myself. In April 2021, I already knew since April 2020 that April will be important every year. So I don't know why. Maybe you can explain to me why it's always in April. Ah, yes, you are right, because that's when Christ was born. Ah, yes, maybe you're right. Oh, wow, that's a very cool comment. Thank you so much. Yeah, you are right. You are right. Now I got it. That's why it's over and over April. Because Jesus was born in April. Wow. Now I'm so surprised as well. Yes, you are right. I had no idea. I had no idea. Oh my gosh. Yes, now I got it. Now I got it. That's why April, March is always important because of Yeshua's birth. Ah, now I got it. Hey, thank you so much. That's what I told you guys. We always help each other. So not everyone knows everything. So we are all in this together, guys. So thank you so much for the comment. Very amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Yes, you're right. I didn't got it. So I was not able to get the bridge. Oh, you're all amazing, guys. So do you have any questions? So about the current energies or how you can, this is so funny as well here. Yeah, to how to anchor the high vibrational codes. I simply can tell you we must ground enough, guys. So when you are a starseed, when you are an empath, you must ground enough. Because these high vibrational codes, they are helping you, yeah, to activate your DNA and your psychic abilities, but you can't anchor them when you're not grounded enough. Then it's like you're flying. Huh? No, we had a problem again with the connection. So then you fly around like these sparkles here, but you don't anchor these codes and you don't embody them. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. It's so important that you stay grounded enough. So please follow your joy. Do what you love, move your body, feel your emotions, start to dance, start to move. So then you feel grounded as well. Okay? Thank you so much for listening, and I hope so much this live video helped you. This is always so much fun to speak to you, and you know I'm not a native speaker. I hope so much my English skills will improve. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful time. Ciao, tschüss.